Hello guys, how are you? I am your audio speaker, and I will be delivered you a dark psychology. Chapter 1 Part 2. Solipsism and Human Behavior. So let's start it. BOOOOM. Start. Now that you are familiar with the dark psychology world, it is time for you to dive into its actual application. You picked up this book, after all, so you could learn how to read and influence minds, exploit the actions of other people, and step up in your career. People, and do all these things. Efficiently trick, we will explain the path to learn and apply them to real-life situations. In dark psychology, the first important thing is to understand is about normal human narcissism. From a broad research base, we know that humans are self-centered and narcissistic. Don't take this to mean that we are greedy in a manner that hurts others in any conceivable case. In this grim way, it does not have to be taken. However, it is real that all of us think of our own needs instinctively before anyone else's. Getting over this obstacle of narcissism takes a lot of preparation and schooling. You can use this human vulnerability to your advantage. As a learner of dark psychology and as a manipulator, you know that narcissistic people are so feeding your egos. Many people are scared to look like they are brown-nosed, but we know that this results from dark psychology generally won't come across this way because of it. You see, it is not self-centeredness or narcissism that is the scientific term for this human trait. It's about solipsism. Solipsism is a concept that goes deeper than just thinking about yourself highly and not thinking about other people much. Solipsism is the quality that we all have to some degree, which suggests that we do not really grasp the point of view of anyone else. The bulk of the world's individuals are not real solipsists. Most of us, to some extent, understand the fact that there are other individuals and that they have their own experiences. There is a distinction, however, between recognizing this reality and understanding it profoundly. Many of the people you meet in the world are not completely capable of understanding the dignity of others. That's too much to fathom for them. So they remain in their own little personal world where it all makes sense. It is easier to get into their minds and change what you in them with this solipsistic characteristic. It makes them vulnerable to reading, mind control, and manipulation of minds. It is difficult to tell how many real solipsists are out there. We are not talking about the typical person when we say true solipsist, who gets the impression that other people are almost like them but don't really get it. We are talking about individuals who, for whatever reason, are never aware of someone else's experience. They may not have been raised to read a lot of stories as a child, which is supposed to improve your empathy. Maybe certain individuals are simply programmed in such a way that prevents them from recognizing the viewpoint of other individuals. There are certain individuals out there who are quick to use dark psychology. Either way, because they are so involved in their own little worlds that they are oblivious to deception. This is good news, but there is something to bear in mind that is important. The bulk of individuals who are worth exploiting are not solipsists. It makes sense because, by definition, if you are a solipsist, you are greedy and unable to comprehend the point of view of anyone else. An attitude like that doesn't help you get closer and build trust with people. However, it doesn't mean you can't use solipsism with your average person to your benefit. Far from it. In fact, even if the majority of people out there aren't real solipsists, we are all human beings and we have a solipsistic hand. This oblivious and self-centered component of your subject's psyche clearly has to be taken out and used to your advantage. In a number of forms, solipsism shows itself. One way to think about it is this: we kind of have to be greedy at the end of the day. We can't spend all our time taking into account the views of others. We would not be able to survive if we did that. There is a cutoff point where we have to decide for ourselves what is best to do. This leads to several mental shortcuts and cognitive prejudices, which are concepts that we're going to get to later on. Our minds, essentially, don't like confusion. Our minds need to feel that they truly understand the universe, or else they would not be able to turn it off. For a significant number of things, the human brain is responsible, so it does not waste a whole lot of time thinking deeply and imagining experiences outside of itself. It must then rationalize for itself that there is nothing that it does not comprehend. All makes sense in the little mental universe that it creates. It feels safe. You have to be cautious when venturing deeper into someone's mind as a student of dark psychology. Since our minds have the need to assume that they understand everything, people challenging their assumptions don't take it well. They're not going to invite you into their headspace if you swoop into challenging all your subject beliefs. This is not to suggest that there is nothing you can ever doubt. It's just that you need to be mindful of time and place. There will be no problems with ruffling people's feathers too much if you follow the instructions we provide you with. You won't have any problems as long as you do things in the correct order. And when the subject is ready, you need to first make them feel like you're not going to challenge their views of the universe until you challenge any solipsist, whether they're genuine solipsists or just an average individual with a normal amount of solipsism. It may sound like it's not going to help you break into their heads, but it's about doing the right things in the right order again. They won't ever let you into their headspace if you don't get them to trust you first. The first step is always the establishment of confidence. You must affirm the ideas of this individual's world to build trust between the two of you. If you think their thoughts are correct or skewed, it doesn't matter. Initially, you have to make them see you as someone who blends into their little mental world before you do anything else. Only with dark psychology can you do something else from here. The second step comes after this, and you have to fit your world concepts into their current worldview. You'll be intimately informed about how they perceive the world after you have formed a bond with them, and they trust you, so you know what will fit and what will not fit. How to do this is not always clear. Often, no matter how imaginative you want to be, it seems like someone's ideas about stuff just won't mesh with yours. It takes time for two objects to fit together that at first seem not to want to fit. This is much better with a genuine solipsist than with someone else. This is because you will not have to do anything else as long as they see your thoughts and theirs as able to coexist. Their brain's version of truth thinks that, without being questioned, it will proceed, which is what a solipsist needs. A typical person with partial solipsism is a little trickier. Along with your feelings, they have their brain's vision of the universe. But in addition to these, they have some idea of other views that exist in the world. They're not entirely like the real solipsist, because they're going to equate the views with other ideas they've encountered in the world as well. By getting really close to them, you can always get them to believe what you are asking them. This is why modifying the thoughts and actions of someone who is not a complete solipsist takes much longer. With them, it's not as easy as fitting a puzzle piece into their puzzle of mind that fits. They have some idea of the outside world and all the ideas besides yours that exist. But with the concepts of dark psychology explained in this book, if you want to exploit their actions or mind control them to have new beliefs, you can still succeed in tinkering with their minds. It all comes down to blurring their perceived conceptual boundaries between you and themselves. The next segment shows you exactly how to do this. You are able to use this experience to discover the mysteries of dark psychology and the methods that will help you progress in your career and social life with the concepts and history of dark psychology under your belt. Thanks for watching. I hope you will enjoy this video and understand about dark psychology.